They told you nuts are healthy, but no one warned you about this. If you're over 60 and still snacking on those familiar mixed nuts in your pantry, thinking you're doing your body a favor, think again. Because while some nuts truly do support your heart, brain, and even bedroom vitality, others are silently working against you. They can raise your blood pressure, cloud your memory, damage your kidneys, and yes, even chip away at your masculinity. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Carter. I've spent over 30 years helping older Americans rebuild their energy, clarity, and strength through personalized, science-backed nutrition, and over again. I've seen how small changes, even something as simple as switching the nuts you eat, can lead to powerful, lasting health transformations. In today's video, I'll walk you through 4 nuts you should be eating every day and 4 you should never touch again. Each one explained clearly, with the science to back it up, all tailored to the unique changes your body faces after 60. If this topic hits home, type 1 in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss more life-changing health tips just like this. Let's get into it, because it's time to take back control, one bite at a time. 1. Brazil nuts, thyroid, and testosterone booster. Let's start with one of the most overlooked powerhouses in your pantry, the Brazil nut. Now, it may not look like much, just a chunky, oddly shaped nut sitting in your trail mix, but don't let appearances fool you. This nut holds a secret weapon for men over 60, selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral, but it plays a major role in your health. It's essential for activating your thyroid hormones, the very hormones that keep your metabolism running, your mood balanced, your memory sharp, and your energy levels stable. As we age, our thyroid function naturally slows. That means more fatigue, weight gain, forgetfulness, and even a lower sense of vitality. But just 1 Brazil nut a day can help shift that. Here's why. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium on the planet. 1 nut gives you more than your entire daily requirement, and in a form your body can actually absorb and use. But it doesn't stop there. Selenium is also crucial for natural testosterone production, which affects far more than your libido. It supports your strength, drive, sleep quality, and even your ability to stay mentally sharp. The best part, you don't need a supplement. Just eat 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day, preferably raw and stored in the fridge for freshness. It's a tiny habit, but the payoff is huge. You're not just eating a nut. You're feeding your hormones, your mind, and your vitality. 2. Almonds, bone and brain defender. There's something deeply comforting about almonds. Maybe it's their familiar crunch or that subtle, sweet flavor we've all grown up with. But for men over 60, almonds are much more than a snack. They're a daily shield for your bones, your brain, and your gut. Let's start with the obvious, strong bones. After age 60, bone density starts to decline, making slips and falls more dangerous. Almonds are packed with calcium and magnesium, 2 critical minerals that work together to protect your skeleton. Magnesium acts like a traffic cop, helping calcium move into your bones instead of building up in your arteries. But almonds aren't just good for your frame, they also defend your brain. The thin brown skin of raw almonds is loaded with flavonoids, powerful antioxidants that work alongside vitamin E to neutralize the oxidative stress that ages your brain cells. Daily almond consumption has been linked to slower memory decline and improved focus, benefits no man over 60 should overlook. And let's not forget digestion. With nearly 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, almonds can ease the constipation many older adults quietly struggle with. For the best results, stick with 15 to 20 raw almonds per day, unsalted and eaten with the skin on. Chew thoroughly, not just for taste, but for absorption and easier digestion. Think of it as your daily dose of protection, crunchy, natural, and backed by real science. 3. Walnuts, brain's favorite food. Some foods speak directly to the part of you that wants to stay sharp, focused, and in control. Walnuts are one of them. These brain-shaped powerhouses aren't just a coincidence in appearance. They're nature's perfect food for cognitive health, especially as we age. Packed with alpha-linolenic acid ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid Walnuts help nourish the membranes of your brain cells, keeping communication between neurons fluid and strong. That's vital after 60, when memory slips, brain fog, and slower processing start to creep in. But that's just the beginning. Walnuts are rich in polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that cross the blood-brain barrier to fight inflammation in brain tissue, one of the major contributors to cognitive decline and conditions like Alzheimer's. The result: sharper recall, faster thinking, and more clarity in your everyday life. And here's a bonus few people know. Walnuts contain natural melatonin, the same hormone your body uses to regulate sleep. If restless nights have been robbing you of energy, a handful of walnuts in the evening might be your gentle, drug-free remedy. The sweet spot? 7 to 9 walnut halves a day, ideally refrigerated to protect their delicate oils. And eaten with the thin brown skin intact. That's where many of the antioxidants live. With every bite, you're not just snacking, you're investing in your mind, your memory, and your independence. And that's a habit worth holding onto. 4. Pistachios, blood pressure, vision, and sugar control. They may be small, but pistachios pack a powerful punch, especially for men over 60 looking to protect their heart, eyesight, and blood sugar, often overlooked in favor of trendier snacks. These green gems are one of the most underrated tools for healthy aging. Rich in potassium, pistachios help lower and regulate blood pressure, a crucial benefit as arteries naturally stiffen with age. Just 1 ounce provides more potassium than many fruits or vegetables, making it a heart-smart choice for seniors looking to reduce hypertension without relying solely on medications. But the benefits don't stop there. Pistachios are also loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that accumulate in the retina and act as natural filters against harmful blue light. That means they help preserve your vision, slowing the progression of age-related macular degeneration, one of the top causes of vision loss in older adults. Even your blood sugar gets a helping hand. With 3 grams of fiber per ounce and a low glycemic index, pistachios promote stable insulin levels and help avoid those dangerous post-meal spikes that sap energy and damage long-term health. Here's a bonus tip: eat them in the shell. Cracking them slows your pace, lets your body signal fullness, and turns snacking into a mindful ritual. Aim for about 1 ounce per day, roughly 49 pistachios, unsalted or lightly salted for best results. A simple snack, a smarter body. That's pistachios, working for you, one mindful bite at a time. 1. Peanuts, the hidden inflammation time bomb. Have been in your pantry for decades. A handful during the ball game. A scoop of peanut butter on toast. Peanuts feel like part of American life. But after 60, this familiar snack might be silently doing you more harm than good. You see, peanuts aren't actually nuts at all. They're legumes, and because they grow underground, they're highly susceptible to a dangerous mold that produces aflatoxins, chemicals that are invisible, tasteless, and over time harmful to your liver and immune system. But the story doesn't end there. Even if you don't have a peanut allergy, peanuts can still trigger chronic inflammation in the body. This low-grade inflammation builds, slowly aggravating your joints, stressing your heart, and clouding your mind. For older men already facing arthritis, fatigue, or high blood pressure, peanuts may be quietly fueling the fire. What's worse, most commercial peanuts come heavily salted or roasted in hydrogenated oils, adding sodium and unhealthy fats that spike your blood pressure and cholesterol. And let's not forget about omega balance. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can throw off your body's delicate ratio of omega to 3 to omega-6. That imbalance leads to cardiovascular strain, poor circulation, and even memory problems. Add blood thinners to the mix, and peanuts become even riskier, interfering with absorption and making medication management more complicated. Bottom line, if you're over 60, it's time to rethink peanuts. There are better, safer snacks that won't leave your body fighting a battle it didn't sign up for. 2. Cashews, the sweet trap for blood sugar and kidneys. Cashews may look innocent, smooth, creamy, even luxurious, but for older adults, they come with hidden dangers that most people never talk about. Many seniors reach for cashews thinking they're a healthy fat or a better alternative to sugary snacks. But here's the truth. Cashews are surprisingly high in carbohydrates for a nut. About 9 grams per ounce, and they have a higher glycemic impact than you might expect. That means they can quietly spike your blood sugar, especially if you're already living with diabetes or are pre-diabetic, like nearly half of American seniors. But that's just the beginning. Cashews are also loaded with oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium in your digestive system. For older adults, especially men, this can lead to a dangerous buildup that increases the risk of kidney stones, and anyone who's ever had one knows they're more than just painful. They can be debilitating, especially later in life when healing is slower. There's more. Cashews are oddly shaped and slippery, making them a surprising choking hazard for seniors with dry mouth or swallowing difficulties, a common side effect of many medications. And here's something most people don't realize. Raw cashews are actually toxic. They contain urushiol, the same chemical found in poison ivy. They must be heat-treated and processed to be safe, but much of their natural nutrition is lost in the process. If you're over 60 and cashews are your go-to snack, it might be time to reconsider. Almonds, pistachios, or walnuts provide similar satisfaction without the silent risks in aging. Every bite matters. Make sure yours are working for you, not against you. 3. Macadamia nuts. The silent weight gainer. There's something undeniably tempting about macadamia nuts. Their rich, buttery texture feels indulgent, like a reward at the end of the day. But for older men, especially those over 60, this healthy luxury might be quietly working against your health goals. Just one small handful, about an ounce, can pack nearly 200 calories and over 22 grams of fat, with a significant amount of that being saturated fat. That might not sound alarming at first, but when your metabolism naturally slows down with age and daily activity levels drop, those extra calories don't just disappear. They accumulate around the waistline, in your arteries, and even inside your organs. This is what doctors call silent weight gain. You're not eating junk food. You're not binging. But slowly, steadily, the scale creeps up, and with it, your blood pressure, cholesterol, and insulin resistance. Macadamia nuts are also one of the densest nuts when it comes to saturated fats, which have been shown to increase LDL cholesterol, especially dangerous in older adults managing heart disease. For men with gallbladder issues, known or unknown, their high fat content can even trigger painful attacks that might require emergency surgery. And let's not overlook dental health. Macadamias are hard for seniors with crowns, dentures, or sensitive gums. Chewing them can crack dental work and cause lasting discomfort, not to mention hefty dental bills. If you love that rich taste, consider enjoying a healthier alternative like walnuts or pistachios, which offer heart protective benefits without the metabolic baggage. At this stage in life, your snack should help you stay sharp, light on your feet, and in control, not weigh you down from the inside out. For pine nuts, the medication and taste disruptor. Pine nuts may be small, but for men over 60, these tiny seeds can pose surprisingly big risks, especially if you're managing medications or experiencing changes in your sense of taste. Let's start with a strange but real phenomenon called pine mouth. It's a bitter, metallic taste that can linger for days, even weeks, after eating certain pine nuts. It's not dangerous in itself, but it can ruin your appetite and make even water taste unpleasant. For older adults, that matters. When food becomes unappealing, people tend to eat and drink less without realizing it, leading to unintended weight loss, fatigue, and nutrient deficiencies. This can quickly spiral into frailty or hospitalization, especially if you're already at risk. But taste isn't the only concern. Pine nuts can also interfere with common medications, especially those for blood pressure, cholesterol, and mood. Compounds in pine nuts may alter how your liver metabolizes these drugs, potentially reducing their effectiveness or increasing side effects. And unfortunately, most doctors don't warn about this because the interaction is still poorly understood. There's more. Pine nuts are high in delicate polyunsaturated fats that oxidize easily, especially if they've been stored improperly or sit on the shelf too long. Once oxidized, these fats no longer reduce inflammation. They cause it fueling joint pain, stiffness, and cardiovascular stress. Not ideal for an aging body already fighting to stay balanced. Finally, pine nuts can be a choking hazard, especially for older men taking medications that cause dry mouth or who struggle with swallowing. Their small, oily texture makes them easy to accidentally inhale, something most people don't consider until it's too late. If you're looking for healthy fats, skip the pine nuts. Walnuts or almonds offer far more benefits without the risks. Remember, small choices lead to big changes, especially at this stage of life. Let's bring it all together. You've now learned the truth about 8 popular nuts, the 4 that can quietly restore your energy, memory, and vitality, and the 4 that may be silently sabotaging your health after 60. It may sound simple, but the daily decision of what you put in your body, even something as small as a handful of nuts, can shape your future in powerful ways. Think about it. Choosing Brazil nuts could help spark your testosterone again. Reaching for almonds can protect your bones and mind. Adding walnuts can sharpen your memory and soothe your sleep. A handful of pistachios can steady your blood pressure and blood sugar. And on the flip side, removing peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts might just prevent the slow-burning damage that steals your strength without warning. Here's the truth, my friend. You're not too old to feel strong again. You're not too far gone to reclaim your energy, your confidence, and your clarity. Your body is still listening, and it will respond if you give it the right signal. So I invite you, take that first step. Start with one change, just one. Swap a nut. Skip the one that harms. Choose the one that heals. And if this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, share your experience, your questions, or just say I'm ready. Hit the like button if this was helpful. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on, so you never miss another health insight designed for strong, wise men like you. You've still got time, still got strength, and every new day is a second chance to rebuild the life, the body, and the vitality you deserve. Let's thrive together.